Hey, your buddy Peace and Harmony here with you here today. How not to go emotionally bankrupt with a psychopath or a narcissist in your sphere of influence. The narcissist and psychopath will take you for everything that you've got. They will try to emotionally bankrupt you. They will absolutely positively try to go deeper and deeper and deeper in their destruction, hurt, pain, and destruction of you. I'm not only talking physically, I'm not only talking financially, I'm talking about on a psychological, soul level, deep into how you experience the world, how you navigate your life, how you stay on track for yourself. They will stop at nothing. I mean, their resources for really trying to derail you go deep, deep, deep. And you need to understand that if you decide to stay around them, you're eventually going to become emotionally bankrupt from continuing to fight with them, continuing to defend yourself, continuing to go back and forth. I mean, the energy that it's going to take if you decide to stay around with them is going to be enormous, and you'll ultimately positively lose the battle. You've heard of the alpha male, the alpha female, who just wants to be the best. There's people who really want to strive to be the best, to develop themselves as a person. They want to be really the best painter. They want to be the best chef. They want to be the fastest bicyclist. They want to improve their golf game. There's all sorts of aspirations in life that have worthy foundation, that have a worthy kind of goal, and that they work on, and they discipline themselves, and they strive, and they improve themselves every single day. Okay, you might call those the alpha, the alpha male or the alpha female. People who really try to improve themselves to their best level. That's kind of the goal of this channel, is that I want you to become the best that you can be, despite the crap and the crud that has been coming your way for however long you've been inflicted upon you, however long you've been involved with a narcissist or a psychopath. I don't want you to feel connected to that past anymore. I want you to feel completely, give yourself permission to separate from that whole experience. And I'm not saying live in amnesia. I'm saying give yourself the permission to separate from all the lies that they've told you, from all the wrong messages they gave you, from all the criticism, for all the latent residue of you're not good enough and you don't give me enough, because enough is never enough with them. You can never satiate them. You can never satisfy them. You can never do them justice. You can never be there enough for them. It's insatiable. And the longer that you stay with them, the more and more empty you're going to become. And that's a psychological term. It's strange, right? But really, the more time you're going to lose in terms of investing in yourself and in your own life. So I really want you to realize the severity and the seriousness of it, because they will stop at nothing. They will continue, even after you've had a fight, even if you've come to terms, they're still going to continue. I mean, once they, move on to their next source of supply and they've totally discarded you, there you go. But, chances are they also come back to their, secondary supply. You don't want to be in that position anymore. And that is not you as a person. You are not just to be used and used up. That is not your identity. That's not your true identity. And I want you to realize that emotional bankruptcy, the longer you stay with them, the more bankrupt you're going to become. It's like your emotions are your values. And the longer that you stay around them, the more you're paying out. The more you're putting out for them. The more resources you're giving them of your internal self, which eventually, as you get older, they start to just be depleted. You become burnt out from being with them. I mean, it's literally, a situation where you can become depleted from being with them. You will become feeling emotionally bankrupt. And that's not a permanent condition, so that is the good news here. It is not a permanent condition. It's an experience that's commonly felt with people who have dealt with a narcissist and a psychopath for some period of time. They're going to feel a completely loss of their senses. They're going to feel completely duped and deceived. They're going to feel completely devastated by the situation. I mean, it can be very bad news that once you discover that this is a disordered person and this is no longer the person on your path. The good news, though, is that the sooner you can accept this and realize that that is who they are. That is who they are, and you cannot change it. You cannot you cannot remedy it. You can't fix it. I mean, and we tend to be fixer-upper people. You know, oh my God, the more dilapidated you are as a person, the better. Oh my God, let's repair this together. We can work this together. Our wounds come together, you know? I mean, that's how we're attracted to people. We have a humanity. We have a large dose. We have a large reservoir of humanity and feeling for other people. We tend to want to be able to take care of other people or share our gifts. You know, we have a good listening ear, so we want to be there to listen to people. We have sympathy for people. We feel for what you've been through, and we want to be that good friend to you that you can trust on and you can count on and you can feel confident with, and you don't have to be false airs and arrogant with. We want to do this person, you know, to be this to this person, and chances are we saw that dichotomy, that mix with this person. Well, here's someone who's, you know, very accomplished, yet they seem to have this sad story about them. Or here's this great guy who's, you know, so handsome and charming and so much fun, and oh my God, what a good time. But yet you find out that maybe he had a rough background, or there's that dynamic twist where, you know, his wife was, you know, this and that and abusive, and now his kids are being taken from him. So we have that dichotomy, that, you know, that recipe of he's so attractive and he's got that wound, and we're gonna just be in there to help this guy. We're gonna be his fixer-upper, and we're gonna be there to help resolve his wound. We're gonna help him heal it, and we're gonna go on and live forever happy ever after. And we're gonna live the best life that we ever thought, because it's all there, the lust. But then there's just the lust. There's the lust, which is them using you. And eventually you're going to get burnt out from being used. You know, it's like getting a high, it's like getting a fix. You know, being with a narcissist, once you expose them, you know, you're going to become a real junkie if you continue to hang around them or this type of person. And if that's you, then that's the life that you want, then that's the life that you choose. You choose to be cheated on, you choose to be lied to, you choose, you know, to live a passive existence, because that's ultimately what you're going to be. You're always going to be underneath them, second fiddle, their audience. You're going to be their supply. We keep saying their supply, but that means so many different things. You're going to be, you know, their, you're just going to be that outside person to them, which they're going to split on. They're going to talk, you know, about certain things. They're not going to give you the respect. They're going to talk about you negatively behind your back. I mean, there's all these things that go with the true narcissist and psychopath. Again, along the whole spectrum, you know, there's a degree of that in everybody. Yet, however, it's very pronounced and a real hallmark in these personality disordered people, which have a mental illness, which generally cannot be treated. So we're talking, you know, yes, there are certain limitations in Western medicine, but I mean, it's really, you have to realize that there are great, huge limitations in these people. Despite their superficial attainments, you know, again, remember the mask. And, you know, remember that there's that hurt, insatiable child within them that's constantly going to be wanting that attention, and they're just going to carry on in their life. That's how they are. It is what it is. So hopefully you can accept this and are now going to begin to build up your own emotional bank account once again, surrounding yourself with more peaceful thoughts. Even just being quiet and on your own can be some of the best healing that you can make. there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are not comfortable having quiet time or just being on their own or getting into meditation. You know, it's not for everybody, but I think quieting the mind, especially if you've just been through the exposure and you're still reeling from it, the more time you can, you know, stay quiet and meditative, the better. If you can even get to a place where, you know, you just take yourself out on a recovery date. And I'm going to go into more videos on this, but I want you to think about going on recovery dates, which means you taking out your wounded self. Take yourself out for ice cream, take yourself out for a movie, take yourself out for dinner, take yourself out for lunch, take yourself out on a walk, you know, go to an animal shelter, volunteer at a domestic shelter. I mean, start doing some of these things for yourself on your own and start expanding your horizons of who you see and who needs help in this world. And I think it'll be a very enriching experience. Peace out, peace and harmony coming here to you. Please make it a beautiful day and subscribe and share. Take care.